Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to continue with the chapter Agriculture in India, and this is the second video on the chapter, and the link of the previous video has been given in the description. You can go through it. And students, if you haven't subscribed my channel, then please press the subscribe button and do hit the bell icon for necessary update in future. And students, I would like to thank each and every one of you for supporting me and for your lovely and valuable comments, which has encouraged me and motivated me a lot to make the videos. So any much further delay, let's start the video. In the previous video we discussed the importance of agriculture, problems of agriculture and reforms of agriculture. In this video we are going to discuss the major crops. So before we discuss the major crops, let us have an idea about the cropping season. So three different cropping seasons are followed in India: Kharif, Rabi and Zaid season. Now students, let us discuss in brief with the different types of this season. So first, Kharif. It's an Arabic term which means autumn. So it is harvested in the autumnal months like September and October and sown during the July. So July, the monsoon set in. So during this month, so it is also called monsoonal crops. Rabi is also an Arabic term meaning spring, so harvested in the spring months like March and April and sown during the November and December. It is also referred as winter crops because the growing period of those crops are during the winter season. Next is the Zaid crops, especially termed as summer crops because it is sown and harvested during the summer months. Mainly vegetables are grown, especially the vine vegetables. The climber vegetables are grown during this, and fruits also grown during this summer season. So let us start with the major crops of India. So crops are also further classified in two groups: food crops and cash crops. Food crops refer to those crops which are cultivated sole purpose for consumption, and cash crop these are cultivated for the sole motive of commercial, means selling in the market. Now we are going to discuss some of the food crops like rice, wheat, millets and pulses, and some cash crops like sugarcane, oilseeds, fiber crops and plantation crops. So students, in this video what we are going to discuss is the cultivation of those crops, okay, then processing of those crops and distribution of these crops, climatic condition and soil requirements of those various crops. So now first let's start with the rice cultivation. Now rice, it's an kharif crop, and India is the second largest producer of rice in the world after China, and it is the important food and the staple food of our country, and 25% of total cultivated land grows rice in India. So some important geographical requirements like rainfall: it requires 150 to 300 centimeter of rainfall, and with irrigation even 100 centimeter of in rainfall area can also grow rice. Temperature of 18 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius, and soil should be alluvial and it should be able to hold and retain water. Now some methods of cultivation: broadcasting method means simply scattering the seed around in the field, and next is the dibbling method, in which a small hole is dug out with the help of shaft and dropping the seeds, and after that burying it. Next is the transplantation method, in which the seedlings are first grown in the nursery beds and after that it is transplanted into the main field. Next is the Japanese method. In this method the scientific methods are used, like use of high yielding variety seeds and growing the seedlings in nursery, and after that transplanting it when it is 20 to 25 centimeter tall, and a good network of irrigation is provided, and fertilizers are also provided at regular intervals, and manure is also used. Some important these things like threshing processing, separating the grains from the rice stalk by beating it against the stone. After that the grains are dropped from the higher height so that the impurities like the sap is separated from the grains, and after that it is sent to the mills or used of milling machines to separate the outer covering on the yellow husk, and the it also polishes the rice and gives a glowing the glossy texture also. So two types of rice cultivation. Upland rice cultivation means cultivation which is done in the hill slopes or in the terrace farming, and cultivation which is done without irrigation and sown in June and harvested in September and October. Crop is mainly used for the local consumptions only. And next is the lowland rice cultivation which is done in the flat land and largely dependent also on monsoon as well as irrigation also, and it is they sown in June and harvested in October and November, and there are surplus left for sale also. So the distribution of rice producing states in India, you can see there. The West Bengal is the highest producer of rice in India. So now let us discuss the another crop, that is the wheat. Wheat is a rabi crop. That means the growing period is during the winter season, and India is the fourth largest producer of the wheat in the world. And wheat is the second most important crop of our country, second staple food crop of our country. It is sown in October and November and harvested in February, March. And the geographical requirement for the which are rainfall, it's 50 to 100 centimeter of rainfall. Does not require much rainfall, but too much of rainfall can cause mildew or rust disease in the wheat. And Punjab and Haryana is ideally suitable for growing wheat because it receives winter rainfall from the western disturbance. Temperature 10 degree to 25 degrees Celsius. Soil clay loam and black soil rich in nitrogen and containing more amount of humus material, and animal dung is much more preferred. Methods like dibbling and broadcasting method, which we have done in the rice also, already discussed this method. And the different types of wheat are like spring wheat and macaroni wheat. Spring wheat is cultivated in northern India. It is very soft and used to make bread and all. And macaroni wheat cultivated in southern India. It is a hard variety and very suitable for making pasta and all. So because the macaroni wheat can be extensibility, it's very the dough is quite it can be extended a little longer, and which is preferable for making this thing. So northern pasta, and the northern part of India is quite famous for the wheat cultivation because most of the requirements is fulfilled by the northern India. So one is the availability of moisture retentive soil, another one low rainfall, that also winter rainfall due to the western disturbance, and temperature is ideal 10 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius, and it is much more cooler compared to the southern India also. So good network of irrigation facilities. Therefore wheat is famous in northern India. So students, we will end our video here, and in the next video we will discuss the other types of crops. And thank you for watching.